Rob, back to winning ways at the weekend. That must have felt good.
It did, yeah. It's always nice to win a game of football, especially away from home and bouncing back after a defeat. So, yeah, the lads were, full credit to the lads. I thought they were really good. It was a tough game because they just come off the back of conceding 6 goals, Scunthorpe, and they've had a lot of challenges recently. So they were never going to make it easy for us. So they got a lot of numbers behind the ball and looked to counter us. And it was hard for us to find spaces and break them down initially, so we had to be patient. And but it was great that we showed a few moments of quality and got the job done.
It was a bit of a different performance, wasn't it, to what you're, I suppose, used to and ideally what you'd like to?
Well, the opposition always make it, whatever game it's going to be. So, we had a lot of the ball, showed lots of good control. But when there's 11 men then behind the ball, it's hard to open them up. It's you've got to have sort of a lot going for you, then a lot of quality. The timing's got to be right, and we showed it at times in the second half. There was a couple of good moments. I thought the second goal was a moment. There was a chance earlier on, I think, still at 0-0, where we, between Dom and Youngie and Kane on the right hand side, we had a great bit of play and got in behind them, and Kane played the ball across the front of the goal, and Jammer was unlucky to get on the end of it. So there was moments, but like I said, that full credit to Scunthorpe, they made it really, really difficult for us, and they gave it everything. But in the end, we just probably had too much.
And more points on the road. Your form away from home has been particularly good this season. Do you know why that is compared to the home form?
No, I do. But what I've learnt over the last week is that that's been probably like that for a number of years. So I don't think it's anything that's different. It's, home form's been good, but of course we've lost a couple of games there. We've still won games of football, but I think because the away form's been so good, perhaps it highlights the home stuff. But no, we prepare for the games in the same way, but it is something we're aware of, so we'll keep looking at that. But I think on the games that we've lost, Port Vale we didn't deserve to win, and Swindon I thought was very, very tight, and like I said, with credit to them, they got the points on the day. But away from home we have been very good so far. We've got another tough one tomorrow. And
looking at the fixture list, you'll see it is another away game, a trip to Leyton Orient. How do you see this one shaping up?
Difficult again. I know Kenny reasonably well, and Joe Gallen, his assistant. They're really good at what they're doing, very, very experienced. They've got some good players. They will make it. Not they will make it difficult. It's not like they're going to make it difficult for us. Because they're good at what they do, it will be difficult for us. So we've first of all, going away from home, got to have that respect, which we will do. We've got to be able to nullify their strengths. But of course, we've got some good players, and we can hurt teams as well. So we've got to make sure that we can stop them, but then try and impact our game on them.
I imagine it'll be quite an interesting one for you, shaping up in the opposite dugout to Kenny Jackett.
Yeah, he's someone, like I said, I've got a huge amount of respect for. He's really well experienced, done a lot, cup runs, promotions, and really, really experienced. And like I said, I've learned a lot working with Kenny and with Joe. So, be looking forward to seeing them.
And what do you know about Orient in terms of how they play?
Well, they've got some very good players. Harry Smith is a standout. With the number of goals he's already scored this season, he's a big lad and he's a real threat in the box. He's someone they can hit, go direct into him, and can cause a problem. But then they've got really good players like Archibald and Paul Smith, who can, run with the ball and dribble. Good wide players with good delivery out wide as well. So, in some ways, there's similarities between the two teams. But like I said, we're aware of their strengths. And I'm sure they'll be aware of ours as well, and it makes for a really good game.
And do those similarities shape up for an entertaining contest? I
hope so, because we're in the entertainment business, but we want to win games of football as well. So, we'll try everything we can to make sure it's a good performance. But if it's not, for whatever reason, then we'll try and come out on the right end of the result.